the worst strategy. The worst strategies, the worst covert strategy. The worst covert strategies, the worst overt strategy. The worst overt strategies, the worst indirect strategy. The worst indirect strategies, the worst direct strategy. The worst direct strategies, the worst slow-paced strategy. The worst slow-paced strategies, the worst fast-paced strategy. The worst fast-paced strategies, the worst soft strategy. The worst soft strategies, the worst firm strategy. The worst firm strategies, the worst hard strategy. The worst hard strategies, the worst beginning strategy. The worst beginning strategies, the worst middling strategy. The worst middling strategies, the worst ending strategy. The worst ending strategies, the worst basic strategy. The worst basic strategies, the worst intermediate strategy. The worst intermediate strategies, the worst advanced strategy. The worst advanced strategies, the worst private strategy. The worst private strategies, the worst public strategy. The worst public strategies, the worst silent strategy. The worst silent strategies, the worst written strategy. The worst written strategies, the worst photo strategy. The worst photo strategies, the worst audio strategy. The worst audio strategies, the worst video strategy. The worst video strategies, the worst past strategy. The worst past strategies, the worst present strategy. The worst present strategies, the worst future strategy. The worst future strategies,